Good morning, watch folk. Once again, please allow me to apologise for the splint on the finger on my right hand. First of all, I should put my cards on the table and declare Phoibos gave me a 20% discount after I informed them I had a watch channel on YouTube. Of course, this won't have any effect on the review. Secondly, today I'm using a new camera for this review, so I very much hope it improves the quality of my efforts. Please let me know in the comments below, won't you? I previously attempted a review on this watch, but looking back, I decided it needed revisiting. Whilst this watch isn't perfect, and I suppose no watch is, in my opinion, it's Phoibos' best watch to date. Although Phoibos have made one or two homages, they are renowned for their own designs and originality, and for this I take my hat off to them. I've owned several of their watches in the past, and I've always been impressed with the quality and the overall finish. And welcome to my unpaid and only partially sponsored review of the Phoibos Nebula. Well, let's have a look at the dimensions, shall we? Well, it's got a 40mm case. The lug width is 20mm, the depth is only 11mm, the lug to lug 47mm, and weight, once adjusted to my 17cm wrist, is 139 grams. And here's the usual Phoibos presentation box. Inside it is some instructions and a 24-month warranty. It's not premium, but it's quite reasonable. I think it's made of some sort of cardboard, and it's covered in this nice fabric. And as usual, here's a clip of my watch of the day. It's the Relio Solstice, 38mm with a Miyota 9039 movement. And what a lovely watch it is too. The crown is about 7mm, it screws down and it's signed with the octopus kraken. The nailing is very grippy, but it's a tad coarse. It operates the watch perfectly and the engagement is very good, albeit not premium. This watch has got 150 metres water resistance, which I think for this type of watch is quite impressive. The movement you're presently looking at is through the exhibition back of my Relio Solstice, which also happens to have the Miyota 9015. I considered this a better option than taking the back off the Nebula. It's an automatic 4Hz high beat calibre that ticks away at 28,800 beats per hour, hacks, hand winds, and is very reliable. Regulated correctly, these calibres can be extremely accurate. Like I've said on more than one occasion, it bridges the gap between a good Swiss movement and say the NH35. Some people do moan about their noisy unidirectional rotor, but personally I've never noticed it. Let's see how it performs on the time grapher. There we are, a decent set of figures. It's running at plus 11 seconds a day. In reality that's probably nearer 7 or 8. A reasonable amplitude, although the watch isn't wound completely, and the beat error is spot on. The watch has got a flat sapphire crystal with a decent amount of AI coating. Now this case is nicely shaped and it's extremely well finished. It's almost solely brushed apart from the polished transitions between the bezel and the sides. The back is of the screw down variety and it's embossed with a kraken, and it's got some basic information engraved around the edges. I love the fact that it's only 11mm thick, and this helps it fit the back of the wrist absolutely perfectly. The Nebula comes in a few colours with a choice of coloured indices. I chose the green with the patinaed indexes, although this same model actually comes with white indexes. It's a sandwich style with triangular markers at the 12, the 9 and the 3. The remainder of the markers are straight and they've got little white dots placed above them. Now why Phoibos chose white dots is a little bit of a mystery to me. There's a framed and Lume coloured match date window at 6 o'clock, which happens to be my favourite placement. It's got a fume dial and out in the sunlight it looks absolutely spectacular. Well, that's if you like watches anyway. The hands are of a baton style and filled with what looks like C3 lume. Each of the indices are also lumed, but the small white dots are BGW9. Like every Phoibos watch I've ever owned, the lume is absolutely outstanding. Let's have a look at that lume. The Nebula has got a very comfortable, chunky and beautifully made Jubilee bracelet. As you would expect, it is attached to the case using solid female lead links and they fit perfectly without any play whatsoever. Unfortunately the bracelet doesn't have quick release spring bars though, but it does have well engineered screw pins for easy adjustment. Now the clasp is my favourite type. It's robust enough to be secure but slim enough not to be obtrusive. It is brushed and it's got the Phoibos engraved on it, but I'm not sure why Phoibos didn't opt for the Kraken logo. There are 3 micro adjustments, which is probably enough considering that these links are quite small. So let's talk about price and value for money. Now, when I bought this watch, they were on the Phoibos website for about £340, although you will almost certainly be able to get yourself a discount of at least 10%. So you're looking at about the £300 mark. Mine was distributed from the UK, so there were no additional duty or taxes to pay. The question is, does the watch represent good value for money? Well, I'll let you make up your own minds on that, but I think you're going to struggle to find anything better for the price. There were no QC issues when the watch arrived. My only dislike of the watch is those silly white dots above the indices, and I'm not quite sure why Phoibos did that. Now, I also know some people don't like the Kraken, and whilst I didn't originally, I've grown quite fond of it now. There is indeed much to like about the Nebula. The overall build quality and finish is absolutely excellent, the case shape is attractive and comfortable, the lume fantastic, and that bracelet is just superb. So to summarise things, I don't think anybody will be able to question the quality of this watch. It really goes down to whether or not you like that quirky design. I suspect this is a bit of a Marmite watch, but I really like it. Well, I think I do anyway. As a matter of interest, at the point of writing this review, that's March 2022, they're still available on the Phoibos website. Now that brings me to the end of this review, so if you've enjoyed it, please click on the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, leave your comments below, and enjoy the rest of your day.